It's time!
Today I got time, cuz.
All you hoes, all of you hoes.
Them niggas different. I tried it. I failed. I couldn't do what them niggas could do. They gonna call me, and that's it. One glazer up here for giving my niggas props. This is what niggas do in the space. They call you a glazer when you give your niggas props. But I'm like, hold on. First of all, to set the might have broke a record of over 1,500 people in attendance across platforms. Everybody in the comment section, I want to say 90%, was that the stream is fire, the boat party is fire, the talent is absolutely fire. I think you guys already set the tone for 2025. Everybody was trying to get their live stream quality to look like Mentuition. Everything was Mentuition. Yeah, man, we need Mentuition. Yo, we need Mentuition here. Niggas try to say these guys can't be nothing but cameramen. They only cameramen. They lames in real life, despite the fact that I hang out with both of these niggas in real life. And they are way more turned off camera than they are on camera. I'm just gonna say that, number one. But y'all niggas set the tone for what is probably the biggest collab in just travel period. Y'all had King 6'8" the Great. Y'all had Dom Banks. You caught all of the action. You caught the vibes. You guys about to have a whole week full of turning up. Everybody playing catch up right now to Mentuition. And even though I'm a YouTuber as well, I'm trying to grow as well. There's no reason I'm not prideful to the point where I can't say nah. Like, for me to get to where I'm at and what they did is gonna take some serious nigga. It's gonna take an act of God for you to get to that point.
Stupid.
Hold up, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished?
You should have booked a consultation. You ain't had a game.
I got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, rams, hogs, dogs, chickens, turkeys, rabbits, you name it.
Here we go.
So I wanted to do hood rat stuff for my friend. Honey.
What's going on, everybody? Yes!
It's in session. My brother from another mother international. How do you do today?
Who is this nigga?
I'm all right, but I'm not Steve.
I'm not Steve. Shout out to y'all, man. Appreciate
I'm
y'all.
not Steve.
Chat.
Yes, sir.
Did y'all just hear my voice right there?
I don't know what happened with that. I don't know
Chat,
what that
I'm
was.
literally, I can't scream. I'm gonna try again. Well, hold on. I ain't even gonna try, chat. I'm not gonna try.
Stupid.
Chat, I'm a little under the weather, so bear with me if my voice cuts in and out. That was me in my attempt of trying to stream, and I can't do it. But shout out to you guys, man. We're back for another show, chat. We're gonna have a really good conversation today. We're gonna talk about dating overseas, dating in CTG. How have me and Al been taking these girls out? How have we been receiving these girls? How easy is it? How hard is it? I think it's a really good conversation. And I honestly think, chat, that, you know what I mean? A lot of you guys, you come over here, you're weekend warriors, right? You're only here for a few days. But we want to give you guys a perspective of people that actually live here now and how difficult it can be to deal with women, and or how easy it can be. It depends on your situation, depends on your swag, depends on your persistence. But yeah, we'll jump into it in a little bit. And we got some other topics, guys. Unfortunately, chat, you know, we got some bad news in Miami. We'll talk about it with the Tate brothers. Craziness, man. But Al, how you feeling, man?
What's poppin', slime? What's Gucci, chat? What's going on? My voice is actually back. I lost my voice too. Chat, I think it's a combination of being at the club and all that. They had a bunch of smoke for the effects and whatever. And so I think it's a combination of that. And then I just got under the weather. I just randomly get sinus infections and all this stuff. So I was a little bit under the weather the last couple of days, but I'm feeling better now. Shit, man, we're going to talk about all that, but we also want to talk about the last few days, man. We've been beating y'all over the head with as much content as we can. We've been trying to go live as much as we can. We've been keeping the the backpack with us and just just doing our thing. So want to hear from y'all, see what y'all like, see what y'all want more of, all that stuff.
Yeah, chat, let us know what y'all want more of. If there's anything that we can do to give y'all more content, we're gonna do that. Again, chat, we DJ'd the other day. Unfortunately, guys, it's really hard to like give y'all the content we really want without. The problem is, chat, I'm gonna just say, a lot of niggas is just haters. They're haters and they're like, it's like we can't really do what we would want to do because of the atmosphere of the space and people trolling and being goofy and spotting and doing all this dumb shit. So it's kind of difficult to really maneuver and give y'all the content. I think what me and Al are gonna do more of, and then I'll talk to him about this behind the scenes. This isn't set in stone, but I think if we can control the environments that we have, we bring on girls that we know are cool, that this and that, it'll be easier. But it's kind of going out. We can go out and do IRLs too, but what I'm saying is like going out and like hitting clubs up and doing certain things. It's gonna be difficult because YouTube, all they do is strike you for music. They ended up muting our stream the other day.
They took the whole stream down. They didn't even mute it. They just ended that shit. Yo, and guess, I knew once I thought about it today, I'm like, I know the exact part where they're going to take it down. And then, do you know when that was? When they took it down?
When we played Drake?
Exactly.
Yeah.
His new shit.
Yeah.
They didn't care about none of that other shit.
Yeah.
As soon as we played that new Drake song, it was cut like immediately afterwards.
Absolutely.
And so I was like, I thought about it this morning. I'm like, let me see if it's still live. And then I saw it was still live. But and people were commenting, giving good feedback. But I'm like, I bet you as soon as that Drake shit came on, that's whenever they cut it. They cut it like right after that.
Yeah, chat. So it's been a little difficult, but we're going to keep trucking through. We're going to keep pushing through. No excuses. Keep giving y'all content. I had a girl that was supposed to come and do content today, right before we did the live. Okay. And she played games. And this is a girl that's been asking me to do content. I've asked her to do content with me, but I've never been able to really do it. So she took it upon herself to kind of do some lame shit today. I thought was kind of lame. I get it. Like sometimes when you go back and forth with girls, you set stuff up. But I think when people make actual plans to do something and there's a time and date set, you got to be there. If you're not there, I'm just going to leave. And if you show up, you show up. If you don't, you don't. Cool. But this is the attitude that I need you guys to have with women, no matter if you're in the United States, you're in Thailand, you're in Japan, you're in Colombia, you're in Brazil, is you move on your time and you don't wait for them. Don't let them try to make you seem like you're less than them. And we'll get into how women move, how the Colombian women move in a moment. But Al, what did you want to go over first? Oh, you got some good videos too. Al got some good videos. We got like 4 or 5 topics, chat. I don't know which one. They're all really good. So yeah, what do you?
Well, first let's talk about the last few days. You know, we can bring up
before that, let's talk about our fundie.
Okay.
Chat, we have a fundraiser going on. We need y'all to support. We're trying to hit this fundie, guys, in less than a week. We really need y'all to send in y'all cash apps. Cash apps and PayPals are the best. Those are going to be counted. I don't even know if it's already July 18th. So we're not even probably going to get whatever you send on Super Chat, guys. It's not going to hit until August. So please, guys, send in your cash apps, send in your PayPals. We need to raise the rest of this money really by the next week. Okay, really before that. Let's raise it today if we can. So send in your cash app, $10, $15, whatever you got. We'd appreciate it, guys. We got a lot of unforeseen things going on here in Medellin. I said Medellin, in Cartagena. I'm glad we're not in Medellin. But yeah, Cartagena has been hitting us over the head. Me and Al, just had a bunch of bullshit happen. So we really need y'all help. Send it in, support the show. We appreciate y'all. Okay.
Cool. Let's do a roll call real quick first.
Yeah. Who's in here, man? Who is in here? Shout them out, Al. Who do you see?
In the streets with Keys. He said, appreciate y'all donating to the fundie. Yes, sir. Shout out to Keys. He's been donating. We had to send the love back. As far as his fundie, and excited to see what happens in Kenya.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to Tim
Oh
M.
my God! Did you see with Keith Dan.
Tim M was good.
OG Triple OG Show Nuff. OG Triple OG Shabby Kid. OG Triple OG Cornell.
Tenor sax
OG
guy.
Triple OG. Oh, Tanner Sax guy
On
watching
Kick.
from Kick. I didn't even see that.
Shout out to you, Tenor.
Shout
was
out
good.
to him. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to move a lot of our stuff over to Kick, guys, just because YouTube is just so sensitive. I know that Banks was saying on one of Keith's lives, he was saying, you know, if you're getting fundraisers from YouTube, you should keep your content on YouTube. And I think that that's, you know, we've tried to do that as much as we can, but unfortunately, I think that we're gonna are going to be in places that play music, but we will try to keep the majority of this stuff on here. But go follow us on Kick, go sub up to us on Kick. Also, YouTube shadow banning us, so I'm wondering if Kick will give more notifications to more people. So we'll have to test that out and see how we can get us out there to everyone. So yeah, we're definitely gonna be on Kick. We're gonna be firing that out.
Yes,
Definitely
sir.
sub up. How was the club opening? It was dope. We're gonna talk about that in a moment. Do you want to talk about that first? You want to talk about last night first?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Let's talk about last night, man. Shout out to you guys that were watching. Last night was mad real. What is it?
Sunglasses and Advil.
Last night was mad real. Chat, yeah, last night was dope, man. Shout out to Live Cartagena. It's the newest club here in Cartagena, Colombia. We have a video, guys, we've been cooking up for a few weeks. It was supposed to drop. We haven't dropped it because of some other things going on in the back end. We do have a few clips we can play maybe if we get the likes up, but honestly, it was dope. Did they take it down?
No, they didn't.
I'll mute it.
I'm gonna play it in the background and mute it.
All right, I was gonna bring it up. You got it?
Yeah, I got it.
All right, so chat, Live Cartagena.
Or I'll just, you know how my computer be. It'd be not laggy and shit.
All right, let me try it on mine.
So I'll just send the private chat.
I got it. This one? Ours?
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to you guys, man, those who were watching. Again, sorry about the tardiness, guys. We had some shit come up, but we'll try to be on time next time, just when we do our thing. But yeah, chat, it was lit, man. Good times. We'll scroll through a little bit here. Shout out to the other DJ that was there. It was super dope to have him there. And he's very helpful, chat. He knows how to use. I know how to use all the equipment, but each club is different. They have lights that are going. Y'all see all the lights and screens behind us, chat. They spent a lot of money on this place. And, you know, we're just showing y'all the views from Cartagena, man. And we got y'all a little content of the club, but honestly, shit was going on the other day. Some dude got into a fight, or Dan almost got into a fight, and it kind of messed up everything, cleared out the club. So, you know, by the time it hit like the most popping hours, it wasn't really that popping, I'm gonna be honest. But I had a good time. What about you, Al?
Oh yeah, it's always a good time there. Shout out to TJ. He's doing his thing. I told him, man, he's got he's got some serious trying to say it on YouTube, just like shit, serious confidence going up against, you know, these other clubs in the city, especially like a Delirium, you know, going head to head with them. And he's doing his thing. You know, there's a lot of people there. I think there's a need for a club like this, especially inside the walled city. Like, it's crazy to have a club there when no other clubs are really there. You got a couple little places, but it's like not our music. You're not going to hear no hip hop. You're not going to see, you know, our type of women that we're looking for. But you're going to be able to go out. It's just not no hip hop stuff, Afro beats. But this is that spot, and it's right there in the center, and, you know, prime location, and this is a really dope spot. So shout out to him. Is literally right next to Delirium's club that they have. Delirium has a club too inside the walled city. It's literally right next to that, and then it's also going head to head with Delirium, you know, outside the wall, Androgeno. But I think they actually switched the name over to Delirium now. So but yeah, it's crazy. I was super shocked to hear it, but you know, me and Steve went to the opening the last few weeks. It was probably about 2 or 3 weeks ago. Went to the opening, and it was lit. It's packed every night, and I think once more people learn about it, they're not just so used to just going straight to Delirium. I think that it's definitely, you know, gonna go head to head against it. And I think it's cool to have multiple places. Delirium's cool. We still rock with all the people there. We built a lot of relationships there, so we rock with them as well. But you know, Live is also another great spot. So if y'all are thinking about going to Cartagena soon, y'all come down. Y'all definitely got to check it out. He also owns Vibes, and he also owns Fusion, the restaurant. So the Fusion's also inside the walled city. Vibes is outside. It's in Boca Grande, and they got a lot of like great, you know, food specials, drink specials. You know, so definitely check out both of those spots.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, man, it's a dope club. Let me see. I'm not sure what is this called. Chad, I'm gonna show y'all a quick video just of me and Al walking in for like 10, 15 seconds so you guys can kind of see the vibes. And then we'll move on. 2, 2, 6. Yeah. Give me one sec, chat. Let me see if I can get it up here. But yeah, no, it's a dope club. And like I said, shout out to them for just like Al said, having the courage to even create a club here as a gringo. It's a lot. There's a lot going on, in my opinion, because to be honest, chat, you know, these are situations where, you know, the odds are against you a lot of
Greatly.
times, as a, you know, person who's really trying to
This video.
This is it right here, I think. Yeah, okay. Yeah, the odds are against you, chat, just in general. When you're here and you're trying to do stuff, you're trying to create, and that could be creating videos like we're creating, or it could be, you know, just creating a business, creating a club, whatever it could be. You know, there's always going to be roadblocks and barriers when you're overseas. And, you know, you just got to try to overcome those barriers the best you can, if that makes sense. So that's what TJ and the crew there have done. And I saw a lot of people in the chat asking where it is, what it's called. Just it's called Live Cartagena. Go to their social media on Instagram, check it out, and you know, you'll enjoy yourself. Let me see if I can show real quick. 1 second, chat. Why is my hold on, y'all? Give me 2 seconds. I don't know why it's not coming up. Let me stop this. 1 more second, chat. Let me see if I can get it to work. It's not doing what it's supposed to do here. Oh, maybe it's because I'm in the preview. I see. There we go. Now it'll work. All right. Yeah. There we go. All right, chat. Real quick, just to show y'all, I'll mute it because it's probably music. But La Chula is another club. It's right next to it, but they kind of share the same building. But yeah, this is it here. Super dope. Cool decorations outside when you first go in. It's not called La Chula. It's called Live Cartagena. But this was kind of our first time going in, grand opening. So I was just really just getting the cool ambiance. There's a door on the left and a door on the right. Live Cartagena is the door on the right. When you walk in, you got to go through this little maze with mirrors. I don't know what club this was before. We never went up. Me and Al didn't really come over here to party. You know what I'm saying? But there was always some shit over here going on.
It was a Spanish club before.
Yeah. So this is it, chat. So y'all can just see real quick. That's kind of the vibes, but skip up. But yeah, this is it. So shout out to them, man. Super dope. And yeah, we'll leave it there. But check it out. at your own your own time when you come here. Super cool. Is it more affordable than delirium? Al, you want to answer that?
Yeah, so the cool thing about it is, I mean, that's what TJ was trying to do. And I think he's accomplished that. I think that, it is, the drink prices are going to be similar in some aspects, but I know that if I get I'll get Jose Cuervo at Delirium.
Right.
And the Jose Cuervo price is probably the same as the Don Reposado price. You're looking at like $20, whatever. So that's TJ's thing. He was like, he was saying that Delirium charges, if you get a section and you get the bottles and you want the juices, they're gonna nickel and dime you for every little thing. That's what he was saying. And he was saying like, nah, he's not gonna do that. He's gonna make more reasonable prices. Also, the food's gonna be decent there because they own Vibe and Fusion, so it's gonna be the same food that you're gonna get there. Delirium's food's not bad too. They got a kitchen too, but yeah, I mean, I think that the prices are I think it's a little bit better than Delirium. I think that he's working on some nights to have some discounts on drinks certain nights during the week, which I think is cool. That's something that, that I think that Delirium could benefit from doing. But yeah, I mean, either way, it's better than the US prices for these drinks. And you're going to save a little bit of money, but the amount of money that you were saving, 2 or 3 years ago, like I said, is a lot more than what it is now. Like, you're not really saving crazy amounts of money. It almost costs the same as Miami in certain instances in a lot of things. So, the prices are gonna vary, but it does seem to be a little bit cheaper.
Absolutely. Yeah. And the last thing I'll say, Chad, is, in Delirium, they'll kind of nickel and dime you for ice. Basically everything, motherfucker. Ice, cranberry juice, all kinds of shit. And you're like, damn, you just added that to my tab, like another 50 mil peso. Like, damn, like you could have gave me that. It's supposed to be complimentary. So, I mean, I think that Live Cartagena is a very good player in the game to give people other options, like Al said. And there's always good to have competition, because if you only go to one place, then they have a monopoly and they can do whatever the fuck they want. So,
and Delirium's building a new Delirium. They're building an even bigger Delirium. So that's another thing. What's that going to entail? That shit's supposed to be ginormous. Like, it's going to be crazy, multi-level. Like, it's going to be built like the old one, but like, where you have the 2 levels, but it's like it looks like a Vegas club, in my opinion. Like, it's about the size of, like, those are like a Miami club. Like, it's huge.
Facts.
So
yeah. No Diddy.
Yep.
Is that No Diddy? It's huge.
Yeah, I guess that's a No Diddy. No Diddy.
All right, chat. We'll move on from that, man. Appreciate all the questions. If you have any questions about Live Cartagena, the new club here in Cartagena, let us know on the back end, No Diddy, or, let us know throughout the show and we'll try to answer that for you. But yeah, dope club. We got the DJ there yesterday. If you didn't catch it, go check it out. And we're going to be there a lot more. All right. Moving along. You want to go into Tate Brothers?
Yeah, that's cool.
Breaking news, chat. Breaking fucking news. I can't raise my voice, guys, so bear with me. I can't scream breaking news, but breaking news. The Tate brothers, Andrew Tate, Tristan Tate, have been arrested yet again, chat. Yet again, they have been. Yet again, they have been arrested, chat. It's unfortunate because we fuck with Andrew Tate, we fuck with Tristan. We think what they're doing is very daring. We tell you guys all the time that it takes a lot of heart to go online and give your opinions on everything. But the Tate brothers, guys, they've been detained They've been taken away from us, guys, by the U.S. Marshals. And the worst part of it all
Crazy charges.
is that the charges are crazy and they're being extradited to the very place that's trying to get them hemmed up.
Where, Romania?
No, the UK.
UK.
Honey.
Damn.
Chat. So the United Kingdom, England, has been trying to get the Tate brothers for years now. It has got to be like 2, 3, 4 years now since whatever all this shit happened. It's been a little while now, at least 2, 3 years since they first got arrested, at least 2. And UK is where a lot of these charges are coming from. They came to Miami, Tristan and Andrew, to do a bunch of events, probably to pick up some money. They get paid when they come to these events. They might get paid shit out, probably at least 100, 200,000.
Bro, they were
With all
about
the
to make
events.
make bank.
They probably get 50,
Fresh
60,000.
from Fresh and Fit was about to do a yacht party with them. I saw that, and yeah, that yacht party not happening now. But yeah, I mean, anytime they go to a club, they're getting paid.
Yes.
You know, they're getting paid.
Best
to be
believe
there.
the Tate brothers are not coming out just for free. They might come to Miami to fuck with Myron and Fresh, but typically there's going to be some money or a bag involved. Now,
It's crazy. I didn't think that this would happen in the United States with, Trump in office. I didn't think that would really be a possibility. I thought maybe if it was one of the blue people, yeah. I didn't think that this would happen, or in Florida. Florida's pretty red. It's kind of mixed,
and I
but
don't think
it's more red.
Trump hates Andrew Tate.
Yeah.
But I know the mayor of or the governor of Florida does not like Andrew Tate.
Yeah,
So
but I would think
that could have been a little part of it, like letting them kind of get him. Because I'm like, who
Yeah,
okayed
that's
that?
crazy.
I feel like you gotta okay the U.S. Marshals to detain someone and extradite them out of the country somewhere else.
I thought that would go up high, like to a Trump. Like,
absolutely.
Something like that. So with people
Trump,
that are that big of a public figure.
If they haven't been extradited yet, Trump could tell them not to. He could tell them, no, you can't. No.
Yeah.
And they can't send him to like fuck England. Like he could just be like, no. He stays here. So I don't know if they've been extradited. I hope that maybe someone's reaching out to Trump to try to keep the Tate brothers here. It'd be dope if they stayed in the United States for a while and just hung out. But something's telling me they're going to try to get him over to UK. UK has been after those boys for a while. And I can't believe they're still after them because I feel like Tate has kind of died down. I feel like he isn't as going as hard as he used to. But
yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. Let's show a quick video, chat. We'll show you of the Tate brothers.
Shout out to Visual Hype.
Yes, sir.
Sending in the $1.99 super chat. He said Prestige Club and Majestic Bar is greater. Yeah, we'll have to hit those up, or hit that up. Prestige Bar and Majestic Club. That's is that inside the wall or is that outside or where?
Yeah,
we'll have to hit that up.
Let us know, chat. We're doing a fundraiser chat. We need your support. Send in your support. We're trying to hit a fundy, guys. How much do we have left on the fundy? $1620, guys. We're trying to raise $1,620 before the end of the week coming up. So from now till next Saturday, we want to hit that $1620, guys. We have a lot of things to take care of here in Cartagena. We need your help. You guys enjoy the content. You want us to keep making content. Support the channel. Support the movement. Shout out to the Mafia. Shout out to everybody. But send in cash apps. Right now, I don't see any cash apps. So let's be the first one to send it in, man. We appreciate y'all. And thank you again to Visual Hype for sending that $1.99. Cash apps, PayPal's, guys. We're going to count those towards the rest of the fundy. And thank you again. We love y'all. So
Cornell says it's over for Tate.
This could be the end. I don't know. It's only really because they're trying to get him to the UK, and the UK is not going to just let him go.
Yeah, they're not going to let him go.
If somehow they can, maneuver and Aikido, as he says, and Judo flip their way out of this, then I think they'll be fine. But Romania wasn't going to get him. Some of these other countries weren't going to get him. But UK is trying to build a case against them, and we'll see what happens. Let's see the video real quick. This is on Only in Dade. Shout out to Only in Dade, and let's see what they look like. Now notice how Andrew was about to fight the guy because he didn't know that he was coming up on him. He rolling up on him. Andrew kind of backs up in his stance and realizes it's a U.S. Marshal. What's that nigga's name that's taking the chain off? Back up.
Back up. Guys, back up.
They're already backed up. All right, so there's nothing he can really do, guys. They got guns. They don't have guns. They were about to do so. Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate were arrested in Miami on Saturday, just hours before Andrew Tate was scheduled to co-host the bare knuckle boxing event. So they're in Miami. They're there again, picking up that money, getting that bag.
Spin the check and get it right back.
Give me the loot.
Give me the loot, spending that check or getting that check so they can spend it. And, when you're putting your face on events, Fresh is posting, hey, we got a yacht party this day. They can't move like that. I'm going to keep it a buck. Andrew Tate is still a high profile guy. It's never really going to go away. If you want to go to Miami, okay. But they really probably got his ass at the airport.
Bro, they got him anywhere.
Once he's in here, he's kind of cooked. But, if you're putting your name on flyers, it's like they know where you are.
If they want to get you, they're gonna get you. There's just too much, bruh. It's not 1950 anymore. You got cameras everywhere.
Yeah.
They literally track you. They have these things. We could pull them up. It's a special type of camera. I forget the name of it, but they're trying to stop them. A lot of people are suing it, and I forget the name of it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a special type of camera that they have all over the city.
Mm-hmm.
all over cities all over the United States, and
it's like the one in Medellin.
They're the AI ones.
Yeah,
they have all this tracking.
Get your body,
and they can do all this stuff without a search warrant. So they can run your license plate. They can do all this stuff.
Yeah, they can
without
track
a
how
search
you walk.
warrant. Yeah,
how you move.
Yep.
Gotta know how I move.
Yeah, they got these cameras and AI now chat that they
Flock. Thanks.
It's called Flock.
Flock cameras. We'll pull that up. We'll show you. Don't matter, bro. They're gonna find you, especially in the United States, but pretty much anywhere. They got these Flock cameras all over. Yeah, the Flock cameras, they're getting sued, but I don't think that they're going anywhere. I think the government's gonna support them and make sure that they stay around because they're super helpful to them. But it's a breach of your rights.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have any right to privacy anymore.
Yeah. Shout out to Kev B coming through.
The $10 cash super chat.
Super chat is to excuse the absence. Nah, man, you ain't absent. You here.
Appreciate you, bro.
As long as you're here, man, you here. So appreciate you, Kev B. Thank you so much. We appreciate y'all. And yeah, man, keep supporting. Kev, can't wait to meet you. And Flock cams are what's going on. Chat.
We can pull it up.
Yeah, I'll pull it up. But man, sad to see what our guy Andrew Tate, man. We're huge supporters of what he does. But again, chat, I told you, when you go on this internet and you start spewing your ideas, and you get too cocky, they're gonna try to slap you down and do what they gotta do to get you back. Kind of is what it is. Flock cameras. All right, let me see. Let me see. Flock camera footage.
Flock cameras explained. You can do. Well, you don't have to just go. There's people that explain it. We can.
Well, I had one up. I was trying to see if there's some good footage, but
that one.
This one.
Yeah.
Beside a road somewhere near you right now that doesn't care if you're speeding, doesn't write tickets, it might not even be recording actual video. But the moment your car rolls past, it can read your license plate, guess the make, model, color and body style, log the exact time, location, and direction, fire that data up over the cellular network, and make the whole event searchable in just seconds. One photo? Not very exciting. But link thousands of those cameras into one database, and each photo becomes a breadcrumb. Connect enough breadcrumbs, and you've got an interesting trail. And that, in a nutshell, is the promise and the controversy of flock safety cameras. Police departments say these systems help recover stolen vehicles, find missing people, catch getaway cars, and turn a vague gray SUV witness description into real investigative leads. Privacy advocates counter that the same network quietly builds a searchable record of where everyday people drive, without asking permission, without probable cause, and without a warrant. Today, I'm not here to cheer for one side or dunk on the other. Instead, I'm going to tear the technology apart conceptually, following the bits from the roadside into the cloud, see what exactly the system records, including what it doesn't know, and examine the real benefits, the real risks, the safeguards, the loopholes, and the tough legal questions. Now, I fancy myself something of a law-abiding libertarian, which means I guess I think there should be as few laws as are necessary, but people should at least follow the ones that we have. And that's part of the problem with flock cameras, because as you'll see, the camera itself is almost the least interesting part. The best-known flock product is the Falcon Automated License Plate Reader, or ALPR. Physically, it is a compact roadside camera that can be installed without trenching in power or network cabling. Many installations use a solar panel for power and an LTE cellular modem for connectivity, which means a camera can be placed at a subdivision entrance, an intersection, a parking lot, or a rural road without waiting for somebody to pull Ethernet through the sewer system.
So, man, he just said a lot. So, first of all, it's powered or could be powered by solar panels, chat, which is basically, why am I shit sound low? Which is basically, chat, like it doesn't really lose battery. And then if it's hooked to a cell phone tower, it can always upload footage without ever needing an actual Ethernet or a reliable internet source. It just uses the AT&T tower or the Verizon tower, and however long it takes to upload. I mean, 5G doesn't take that long. So you got that. That's kind of scary because basically you have these cameras that can go around that have damn near unlimited battery unless maybe there's a mechanical failure, and they can sit there and fucking record you, record your car, like he said, guess the make and model, and submit that to a database, and you don't even know, right? And they'll remember, chat, the government and the city and whatever, they'll always tell you, oh no, it's not a big deal, it's for your safety. That's the play, right? The play is tell them it's for their safety, and then they'll be okay with it. And then we'll just continue to inch more and more shit that can be invasive on what they have going on. These kind of cameras have already been implemented in, like Al said, many states. We've seen them in Medellin, which they have stopped stuff. It's not that they're lying, okay? They're not fucking lying, but they can use it for other stuff.
Shout out to JJM. I used to sell these types of cameras. Me too. I used to sell these types of cameras too, actually. Something similar.
Yep.
But yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy the amount of technology. And you know, once you get out of that car, right, they're not just tracking license plates, like they probably are tracking human features, you know, and you know, keeping tabs on where you are and all that stuff. That's why I'm saying, like, you can't really get away from, you know, do crazy crimes. You can get away with small crimes because they ain't gonna spend the money to go and investigate that stuff. But shit, I'll be watching one of my favorite shows, First 48. Shout out to that. Anytime I'm on a plane ride, I turn that on. But just like the amount of technology they have out, just catching people doing that shit, and then people just self-incriminating, you know, themselves and all that stuff. It's just interesting to see that. But like on those shows, like your cell phone. You're always gonna have your cell phone with you. I mean, and then if you leave it somewhere, they're gonna be like, "Why did you do that?" But shit, they can, if you delete someone, right? There's people that are deleting people, and then they have their cell phone on it. It pings that cell phone tower, and then they put them at the crime scene. You know, within a certain amount of feet from the crime scene, and then that's enough to charge somebody with deleting someone, right? So it's you know, the technology is just getting more and more advanced, and it's very, very difficult to commit crimes and get away with them, especially big crimes.
Yeah. JJM says your description becomes searchable. I
Absolutely.
could search black pants, white shirt, and bam, every person that fits that description comes up.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Go into your iPhone, right? Go into your iPhone, go into the photos. You could search passport, or you can search
Yep. It'll come up. It'll scan
whatever.
it and find it.
Yeah, comes up instantly, right? I'm looking for my passport,
and I never tagged it
to show.
It just knows it.
Yeah, or you could search certain things and it'll show up. The beach, right? Automatically using AI, right? It's just getting more and more advanced, and it's a lot harder to get away with certain things. The 9/11 bill, that's the Patriot Act, is what Visual Hype is talking about, made this federally legal in all states. They only need a warrant to use the information against you in court, but not to spy or view said data or information. Yeah. And they're like I said, you can't do all this shit and get away with it. It's not like 1950 where you could walk into a bank and you could, hey, I'm gonna stick you up, you know, all this, and I'm gonna just walk out and I'm gonna be out. Like it don't work like that no more.
Mhm.
It don't work like that.
Absolutely.
Especially for big crimes.
So yeah, chat. I mean, these kind of cameras are going to become more and more popular. It's going to be getting to the point where they're going to have these damn cameras patrolling. I mean, it's going to take a lot of police jobs, right? Because those cameras will be put in place to see speeding, whatever it is, right? You got to go outside. If you steal something, you got to go out and keep running, right? You can't, you know what I mean? So these cameras really can be put in place in any situation. And again, could it be helpful? Absolutely. But how much crime is going on? See, here's the problem. You have to weigh out how much crime is going on in a specific area versus how much just good or just normal living is. These cameras, once they put them in your neighborhood or your city, they're patrolling all the time. So they're collecting information no matter if there's good going on or bad going on. So you have to keep that in mind when you're dealing and you're kind of in a place where these cameras may be active. So I think that it's an invasive tactic for the state, the cities, the state, the government to spy on us, and they may not always come after you, but again,
man, and that's just the shit they tell us about, right?
Right.
They probably got some shit where they can see inside your crib.
Absolutely.
They probably
they're never gonna release that,
or
they
probably
will
got
at some point.
these satellites and shit, bro.
Absolutely.
They probably got some crazy shit.
The technology that we see, chat, is far less than what they've already,
they got drones. They got all this stuff up in
laser
the air.
fucking beams and shit. It's scary, man. I mean, I might not be alive by the time it gets super, super crazy. But I hate to get biblical, but they talk about Revelations, I think it's called, in the end times. And there's going to be points of the world where there's just not going to be any privacy. There's, you're going to have to get maybe stamped or marked. And if you don't have that mark, you're out of luck, So there are certain things we can see it getting that way. And again, it's always going to be for your safety. They'll always put something in place. But we won't go too deep in that, but that's something you guys need to think about. Shout out to the child. I see you, man. You got anything else on that, Al?
Yeah, I mean, I just wish, in conclusion, the Tate brothers the best.
Absolutely.
And hope that they can get through this too. I don't think that they're guilty. They've been trying to get them. I just think that this is BS. And like Steve said, even recently, like they've kind of taken things back that they said about certain races. They're not being as controversial. It's more so just kind of staying out the way, and people are still trying to get at them. And I don't see any of this stuff like really. They've tried to get them twice with like all these people. They made up stuff and they didn't have enough evidence. You know, with AI now, you can just, you could do so much with just AI alone, and they could easily make some shit up that didn't happen and get you up out of there. So I think that it's crazy.
Yeah, and the child, I would say, we don't know when that kind of stuff is going to happen. It could be in, our lifetime. It could be in our children's lifetime. I wouldn't necessarily rule that out as an option, but maybe, before we pass away, it may or may not happen. But we're not here to Bible thump or Bible slam on anybody. That's not what kind of show we do. But just know that there's going to be more. The main thing that we're trying to say is that there's going to be more invasive tactics being used to spy on the everyday civilian who's just living life. And there'll be a point where, as Al even said, where they can see through your house. I think of crazy shit, Chad. I think of like some shit where we're in like some Armageddon type shit or some fucking end time shit. And like they have these drones patrolling everyone's house. And as soon as you walk out of your house, the fucking drone has a gun and they can just like pop you like headshot. Like literally there's like, they could get so good. It could just like, have heats, what's it called? Heat detection, thermal detection, and know where your body is through your house and just pop shots through your house and delete you, right? Like, don't be so naive to think, whether it's biblical or whatever, whatever you believe in, just understand like they have enough technology in the damn military now where they can, and if it gets
these
to a
robots
point,
that they're building, it's basically like Terminator, all these movies that Visual Hype was talking about, Snowden. I saw that movie, the Snowden one, Eagle Eye, Phone Booth, all these movies that they're finally just like it's starting to turn real, and it's scary if you think about it. But shit, for me, it's just like, what can I do? I'm gonna just continue to live life, stay prayed up, do what I can do. I'm not, but whatever you think about it, I think that is crazy what the world's coming to.
You said, what are the charges? Andrew and Tristan Tate were arrested by U.S. Marshals in Miami, Florida, as the United Kingdom pursues their extradition on major criminal charges. The UK's Crown Prosecution Services announced a total of expanded criminal counts involving multiple alleged victims from 2010 to 2017. So they're claiming rape and sexual extortion and whatever it is they're claiming that the Tate brothers did from this time period from 2010 to 2017. That's kind of what they're trying to say, chat. So,
and the thing about it is, whether you like him as a person or you don't like him, whatever, I just think that is, they could literally do that to anybody and just get them up out of here, right? They could just, like, you see that they've gotten this dude on all these charges twice, and he was completely innocent. Mm-hmm. And fought for his freedom twice and everything, and now they're doing it a third time in UK. And I think that it's going to be very difficult for him in the UK. I think that's another first world area that's going to really try to put him through the ringer. Really try to put him through the ringer. Shout out to the mafia in the building. Dropping some super chats. We appreciate it. Shout out to our guy, King H in the building. He said, salute. He said, 6. I'm going to get Steve to play the soundbite in a second. And shout out to our guy, CJ, too. He said, Mafia, salute. Both sending the $10 super chats. Appreciate it, bros. Appreciate both of y'all.
Yep. Appreciate y'all. Give me one sec, chat. Just switching out our headphones here. Try one of these. But yeah, chat. Yeah, there's not really much the Tate brothers can do. It's only a matter of time. It sucks. It is what it is. We'll keep an eye on it. It's just very important to the manosphere space and just men as in general. We always get the short end of the stick. Women can say whatever. They'll use women and pin women against you. Women are the most protected, but usually, and that's fine to protect women. That's what you should do. But they'll also use that protection that they give women as a way to extort you, manipulate you, arrest you. We're kind of in those times, chat, where, you know, these are the things we have to deal with as men. But I will say a prayer for the Tate brothers. I hope they are okay. They have families, they have kids, guys. And they've really been silent. They're not really doing what they do. They're not as popular. No one really watches them as much. The views have went down. Leave them alone. You got them. You put them in jail a bunch of times. It is what it is. Okay. All right. What else
Get
we
the
got?
6 soundbite.
Oh yeah. Shout out to
For our guy.
King H, man. Appreciate you. Thank you so much, man. All right, chat. We got a couple more. Where do we want to go? Do we want to go to dating?
Yeah.
Or do we want to go to the drinking stuff?
Oh yeah.
We'll do drinking first because the
yeah.
dating might be a little bit extensive.
Lengthier. Yeah.
I'll let you bring this one in, or you can send me the link. But
yeah, I'll send you the link.
You want to talk about it? All right, chat. Let me. I was gonna send me a link here in the private chat. This is it right here.
Nah, let me send it real quick.
Again, salute to the mafia. Appreciate y'all. Thank you, CJ. Thank you, King H again.
All right, I just sent it.
All right, chat. So recently there has been some issues with men and women too, but more so men going out and indulging in drinking, right? We go out, we drink, we have fun, we have a good time. I got a little drinky drink right here off camera that you guys can't see, but I got it. Probably won't drink too much else for the rest of the night. I'm a little sick, guys, a little under the weather, but I haven't taken any medicine, so I'm drinking a little bit. Many times in some of these foreign countries, we deal with the possibility of
Scopolamine,
aka what, chat?
the devil's breath.
Many times the scopolamine doesn't delete us, it sedates us. We go to sleep and we wake up and all of our shit's gone. If the girl puts too much scopolamine in the drink, or whatever it is that give them to drug a lot of the extranjeros, aka the gringos, the foreigners from other countries, then it is possible you could lose, maybe have a heart attack, maybe they suffocate you because you can't do anything about it. They throw you off a building. We've seen a lot of guys fall off of buildings. Or just they give you too much and your body can't handle it and you lose consciousness and you pass away. But there are certain situations where men and women, but mostly men, go to these bars and they are given false or fake alcohol. Okay, so we're going to bring up a story here in a moment of a man who was deleted from fake alcohol. All right, so, A lot of these guys, they do certain things, but they're really just out trying to have fun, right? They may be in town for a few days, a few weeks, but they don't mean any harm. The bar isn't always a bar that's with working women or a strip club. It could just be a regular bar in said country, and you go and you're trying to get a drink of some vodka or whatever it is. This is why we tell you guys to just watch your drinks. There could be situations where, you know, you are dealing with a situation where you're out, you know, so you could get a cerveza, like a beer, something that they have to open. Or a lot of times when you see bottles, they may refill the bottles with fake or false alcohol. So we're gonna bring up a story in just a moment so you guys can see it, and you know we'll talk about it. Who is this Life of Gambler guy? I think I've drank bad alcohol even from stores. Okay, Life of Gambler. Shout out to Life of Gambler. Keep that same energy y'all had for Floyd. I don't know what you're talking about, Life Gambler. If your name is associated with kids, you are a dirtbag. Yeah, facts. But yeah, so let's bring up this video real quick, and you guys can let us know what you think about the story. But it's unfortunate that this kind of stuff happens, and it typically happens overseas. You never really hear about a guy, being deleted, you know, in the United States. It typically happens in these other countries where they don't really give a shit about men. So let's play it real quick. Let's play it real quick. Here we go.
Consume some alcohol in the bar, and kind of, I suppose, without giving you the whole story, it was really within the period of 24 to 48 hours, I totally lost my eyesight. The way I sort of have to go about doing mundane everyday tasks has completely changed, and even ranging to, you know, things like the way I have to perceive and understand the world, and my perspective has totally changed. So that's kind of all began with that drink.
When Kirsty became ill, it didn't occur to her for a second that that was what could be wrong. She was very tired. She'd been working hard. She'd had a couple of drinks. She just thought she had a hangover. She didn't seek help. And when she lost consciousness and her fiancé got her to hospital, by that point, it was too late. But with a normal hangover, you will tend to get better the next day. But with methanol poisoning, 12, 24, 48 hours later, you'll be getting worse. And that should be a warning sign. Visual disturbances, really important. That's a big red flag. Breathlessness, stomach pains, nausea. There's an element of mental confusion, which is worrying because people don't always realise they should be taking action. So what we're saying to young people is, please look out for your friends. And if you notice a friend who seems more ill than you would expect, who's not making rational decisions, help your friend, get them to hospital.
Yeah. The beginning of November, I was in a hostel in Laos, and...
All right. So the lady ended up being deleted. As I told you, it happens to men and women. These bars, these nightclubs in some of these countries, they don't really care about us. They care about making a dollar, making a buck, making money, and at the expense of our health, right? The one guy lost his eyesight, went completely blind. Maybe his eyesight will come back one day. Maybe it won't. Who knows what he drank? I don't know if it's methanol, ethanol, whatever they call it. But the other lady, the guy lost his sight. The lady lost her life, right? It's an unfortunate situation. This has happened here in Colombia at bars in Medellin where guys go out and they're not even at a pro club. They're at a regular bar. They get a drink that gringos like to get, right? It typically happens with our drinks, not their drinks. So if you're going to get aguardiente, probably not going to be spiked or switched out. If you get Club Colombiano or whatever country you're in, you go to fucking Thailand and get a single beer, you know, and they pour it in the fucking thing. It's not gonna be fake if it's coming out of a draft. But if you try to go get a draft beer, a lot of times from our country, or really it's more so alcohol, Absolute, Hennessy, Bacardi, any brand we have, they will sometimes just refill it with some bullshit, either a different alcohol altogether, which is not really cool, but at least it's another alcohol that's popular. So let's say you take a Don Julio bottle, and you fill it with something less expensive. What's another less expensive beer? A tequila than Don Julio right
like
now.
Jose
Cuervo. So you take Jose Cuervo and you pull it in Don Julio. Not a big deal because you're just taking one and pouring in the other. It's not cool to do that, by the way, but I'm just saying, at least it's actual tequila. What they're doing is they're going to some source that creates alcohol that, it's some sort of almost like gasoline or something, who knows? And they're pouring it for people. And not everybody's passing away, but there are some people that can't handle it and they either have complications or pass away. What do you think, Al?
I just want to say in the chat too, I just timed someone out. Just make sure that you don't say certain words in the chat. Obviously, let's keep it like clean. Like, yeah, I got to learn how to censor stuff and not just say the whole thing. So we can't have certain words in the chat, So mods, just be on top of that. I wasn't mad at his comment or anything, but it's like, bro, like you're putting words in the chat. Like, don't do that shit. So, as far as the drinks, the alcohols, all that stuff, like you just got to be careful when you're just getting drinks out. There's not really too much you can do as far as the bottles. You're not going to know, you're just assuming that they're pouring you the right stuff. But typically it happens at clubs, like sketchy clubs. Like whenever I go certain places, like I know the clubs that are sketchy. So I either drink before then or I just don't drink at all at the club, So there's a couple that I know of in certain parts of Colombia. There's a couple that I know of in certain parts of Brazil. When I was in Thailand, I was watching out for places. It could happen really anywhere. It's not just set on one place. But if the club seems sketchy or that it's sketchy, you just got to watch out with what you're buying to drink and what you're actually drinking there. You might not be getting what you're paying for, and hopefully, if you're not getting what you're paying for, hopefully it's just like a different liquor, like Steve said. But yeah. What country this happened in? I think it was in Laos. What was it, Laos?
Laos.
Yeah, Laos.
Yeah.
Do not marry or have kids in the U.S. Okay, that was money.
And he sent a $2.
Sent a $2 super chat.
Thank you for the super chat, bro. Thank you. But yeah. So unfortunate situation, chat. This does happen sometimes in these countries. Obviously, you can buy your own alcohol before you go out and drink it, but that's not really practical, nor is it normal. You're going to go out sometimes to have a drink. So you just got to be careful as best you can, but there's really no way to know if someone's going to give you some bullshit alcohol.
Clay said that's why I bring my drinks from home or from the States and I pregame. Yeah. That's really the safest way. A lot of these liquors over here, you throw them in the freezer and they're frozen solid. Like that's not real alcohol. We've talked about that in the past, and it's a lot of different ones. If your liquor gets frozen, alcohol doesn't freeze.
Mm-hmm.
Your liquor's frozen solid, like you drinking some craziness. So yeah, and you can bring alcohol in your check bag. Like you can check alcohol. You just got to be careful and pack your check bag, so that the liquor doesn't break there. But you can do that, and then you're gonna have a better chance at getting real alcohol, because we're not selling fake alcohol in the liquor stores. But yeah, the airport's probably the if you're gonna buy it overseas, the airport is one of the best places to buy it, just because you're gonna get authentic alcohol. But yeah, it'd be crazy. Like, you just go to some of these stores and some of the stuff's fake. Yeah. So what do y'all think about the story? Like, the one person went blind, the one guy went blind from it, and then one of the girls got deleted. Like, what do y'all think about that? Like, is that gonna stop y'all from drinking at the clubs any more or less? For me, it's just like, I'm just like, when it's my time to go, I'm gonna go personally. But I'm gonna do it's not YOLO, is I'm gonna take every precaution. But when it's your time to go, you can't really like
sorry guys, there's a mosquito.
When it's your time to go, you can't really stop that, so I don't really worry about things that are out of my control. But at the same time, you got to make smart decisions. And so, like I said, when I'm at a club, that I might go to a club that I think is sketchy, but shit, I'm not. There are certain clubs, like, you go there, you buy some drinks, you're gonna get you pay with a credit card or a debit card, they gonna run that shit up. They're gonna run up a check on your card. You just buy one drink and you're paying 500 USD when you go and look at that shit. I'll fuck around and go to that club, but I'm not buying no drinks there. I'm not buying nothing there. So
Thanks.
But yeah, and I'm not letting them pour me a drink either. Does it make a difference if you buy a bottle in the club or shots? I mean, yeah. Typically, when you buy a bottle, it's sealed.
Yeah, it makes a difference.
But they can still get around that too.
Yeah,
they can reseal the shit and do certain things.
Yeah.
So
You're not gonna know. You're gonna see that it look like it's closed, and you're gonna think that it was closed already. But in reality,
you're just gonna assume.
Right. In reality, it's some fake ass shit. So there's really no way around it in most cases, unless you just don't drink at all, or you bring your own alcohol, like Calais said. But most people aren't gonna do that, right? It's just not practical. So, chat, I think, we'll leave it there. I think we'll move on to our next topic, which we're going to talk about dating overseas, dating in Cartagena specifically. We've been here now about a month and a half, and I want to talk to you guys about my experience. Al's going to talk to you about his experience here. It's not all perfect. Obviously, there's shit that happens in these places, and nothing is perfect. But we're going to talk to you guys about how, we deal with dating overseas, because a lot of you guys are weekend warriors. You come over here and you're only here for a few days, and we know what you're here for. Okay, we know why a lot of you come here, and we totally understand it.
At least while I'm there, I want to get a few hawkers in.
However, when you live over somewhere permanently, you really are trying to play all your cards the best you can. So, I'll start by saying this, chat. Dating overseas is not easy. Depending on where you go, it could be different. We're going to talk specifically Cartagena, my ups, my downs, and what I've seen personally here and experienced personally here with me. Just to go over it quick without being too long-winded, I do think it is possible to date in Colombia, specifically Cartagena. However, just like any place, you have to source the girls that you're talking to in certain environments. The later you go out, the harder it is to find a respectable woman. I think you need to look at the way she's dressed, where she's coming from, if she's at her work or whatever, what establishment she's working at. there are women here that won't deal with you because they just have a preconceived notion of gringos, and what we do and why we're here. And even if you tell them that you are here on a more permanent basis, they are still not going to believe you, or really give you the time of day. So, in my experience, chat, I've went out on some dates here. I do find the girls to still be flaky a lot of times. The way women will receive you when you talk to them and or reject you when you talk to them here is better than women in the United States for sure. They're not necessarily going to nuclear reject you in most cases. Will they nuclear reject you sometimes? Absolutely. Will they lie about having a boyfriend? Absolutely. At the end of the day, if a female is feeling you, she's going to say yes. If she's not feeling you, she's going to say no. And you have to have some discernment of how you're going to move forward. All my dates here, in my opinion, have been successful. You want me to play that, or you just show?
No, I'm just looking at some shit.
All my dates here, and this is fucked up. You see it?
Oh.
All my dates here, chat, have been pretty successful. I do have to date in Spanish. Excuse me, guys. Again, I'm a little under the weather, lost my voice, so just bear with me. I do have to date in Spanish, meaning, you're either on translator, and you're trying to translate if you don't speak any Spanish, or with like me, you're talking in Spanish the whole date, but it does get a little difficult of understanding everything. So if you are a non-Spanish speaker, translate, but you got to have some game with translate, be funny, and know at least some Spanish words to really be successful. For me, I speak good enough Spanish where I can do a whole date in pretty much all Spanish. However, what I like to do is drive the conversation. For example, if I'm out with a girl, I'll joke with her and say in Spanish, "Is that a wig?" I know it's her real hair, but I'll ask her if it's a wig because I know she's going to say, "No, it's not a wig, it's my real hair." And I'll go, "No, mentirosa," which means you're a liar, right? I already know what I'm going to say before she says it. So it's easier for me to drive the conversation when I know where I want the conversation to go. Okay, guys, I want you to understand what the fuck I'm saying, because I know a lot of y'all niggas is lost right now, but y'all need to pay attention because a lot of y'all
Hold up, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished?
want to date overseas, but you don't know how to talk to the bitches. So I already know going in, it's not necessarily a full scripted date. But what'll happen is, hold on, let me, shit is not, there we go. What'll happen is I know certain jokes that I say during the date. Oh, is that a wig? And a wig in Spanish is called a peluca. So I say, ¿es ese a peluca? ¿Tu cabello is peluca? ¿Está peluca? No, and they'll try to they'll bring their hair around. It works every time. So you got it, just like in the United States, you got to have certain things you say where you drive the conversation. So when she says it's not a wig, I say, yes, it is. And I say, I don't like girls that wear wigs. A mí no me gusta chicas con pelucas. I don't like women with wigs, right? So what you do is, in Spanish, if you don't know enough Spanish, you control the conversation. You know what you're trying to say, and you know how she's going to respond to it. Another thing you could say is, eres celosa. Are you a jealous woman? Like if you saw me out with another girl, would you get jealous? Or if a girl flirted with me, would you be jealous? Eres celosa is, she'll go, no, I'm not. Or she'll go, yes. Like any woman would do because they're so emotional. And then she says no, you'll be like, you say mentirosa again. You're a liar. You look like a girl. Te parece una chica que está celosa, who is jealous. So what I do on my dates, chat, here is I have not scripts, but just certain questions I ask the girl. I'm not such a, I don't even mind asking about their ex. I love to drive women's emotions. I know a lot of niggas be like, why would you ask her about her ex? But it's just good to be like, yo, what happened with your ex? Why are you single? And it'll get them talking. You just want to get them talking. So tu última relationship, your last relationship, ¿qué pasó? What happened? And then they'll start saying, oh, he was a cheater, blah, 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 blah. So, you know, I'm just giving you guys some game in Spanish. Like, my dates in Spanish have been great. I really have done well here. I've kissed a lot of girls on the first date. I've definitely had some one-night stands. And we're excluding, chat, okay, we're excluding the hookahs. I know a lot of y'all want to talk about hookahs.
Hookahs. I want some hookahs.
But what I'm really talking about is just regular, everyday, chica normales, normal girls, right? You know, I'll say a few more things and I'll let Al go. But I think that, you know, when you can drive that conversation, let's just go back to that. Some of you that don't know Spanish, learn some Spanish phrases. Celosa. Just point at her and go, celosa. She'll go, I'm not a jealous woman, right? It's like you got to get the women emoting, and then it helps, again, drive that conversation throughout the night. You can even get a little sexual. You can, you know, I told a girl the other day that I don't like wigs because I can't pull them in bed, right? And I don't even know how to say that in Spanish. But I just made the gesture like, a mí no me gusta chica con peluca porque no puedo. And then I didn't grab her hair, but I just acted like I was grabbing it. And she goes, oh my God. Like, whenever a woman gets like surprised, like this motherfucker really just said that, they like that shit, right? You got to kind of be a little sexual sometimes. And this was my first time meeting this girl, but I was just like saying shit to her. So those are the kind of things you can do. You have to get them to emote. Sometimes they may even get mad at you or argue with you. You ain't even went out on a date with her yet, but you're trying to get. I had a girl, that I met in Cali, Colombia. I had a whole date with her in Cali with Mollywood Productions. Shout out to Ellis Durrell, aka Mollywood. Went out with these two girls, did a whole 2-man, and I hit her up the other day like, "What's up? I live here now. You know, I want to see you." Da 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 da. She started talking shit like, "Oh, you want to see me?" I'm like, "Yeah, I want to see you." I was like, "Last time I didn't get my kiss." She's like, "Why would I give you a kiss?" She acting like a damn American chick, damn near. She being super masculine, right? But again, the girls here can only be but so masculine. So I'm talking to her, talking my shit, blah, 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 blah. Why you acting like that? Da, da, da. And I basically told her, like, I'm gonna put you in your place. Like, I'm a man. You don't wear the pants. You don't have a penis, blah, 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 blah. You still gotta fight with some of these women. I'm gonna be honest, Jack. And she was still willing to go out with me on a date. Like, I was just like, I'm gonna take you out. She's like, okay. We had this whole like back and forth kind of like not argument, but like I'm basically telling her like, I'm not one of them niggas like the fucking soft ass niggas you be talking to. Like, it is what it is. And then I told her I'm gonna take you out on a date. She was like, okay. So it's like she wanted that roller coaster of emotion, which a lot of these women want. They want a little argument, a little back and forth kind of fight verbally to see if you're like, again, they shit test you here too. So I'll land the plane a little with that. I'll let Al maybe talk a little bit about his experience and we'll expand a little more. But Al, how has your experience been here in Cartagena specifically, dating, going out on dates? How successful or unsuccessful have you been?
It's been good. It's a lot different than the last time I was here. It's like the world constantly changes everywhere. It's changing in the United States. It's changing here too. One of the things I noticed is one of the girls that I took out last year, I think it was maybe about a year ago. No, I took one out in October whenever I was here last time, or I was here, yeah, around October last year. And these girls, like you leave for a little bit and then they get a dude that's just going to trick on them. And then it's hard to get them back because the dude's like tricked on them like super crazy, like flying them around the world and doing all this crazy shit. So whenever I saw her, when I first met her, obviously I'm not doing that. Like I'm not triggered. Like we'll go out on a date. I'll pay for that. We'll go out. We'll have a good experience. And I'll date you, but I'm not doing all this extra stuff. There's a lot of dudes. I'm in these countries. I'm talking to a girl now that's this dude flies her to France half the year, does all this stuff, buys her all this stuff, and then I'm kicking it with her every time I'm, when I touch down. She just literally sent me a message today saying she misses me. She had a dream about me the other day. Like I sent that text message to Steve. Like, it's crazy. So, as far as some of these girls, it's like when you meet them, their mind is one place. And then if you leave for a certain amount of time and you come back and they're a bad chick, then a lot of times, especially like if you meet them somewhere, like I met one of the girls in one of the tourist areas. She worked at one of the stores over there. But she wasn't like on that pro stuff or anything like that. And she still really isn't. It's just dudes just be tricking and sending her to DR, or they send her to Jamaica or Mexico or wherever. And then she's used to just this 5-star treatment now. And then I'm literally kicking it with her, and chilling with her for free. And other than like the dates and all that stuff, I'm not spending crazy money, right? So which option is she going to take? Is she going to take my option, or is she going to take the dudes that are flying her all the way around the world doing the most? So there was another chick that I was dating that I met on a dating app here last year. And then I came back like maybe like 4 months later, and then she started working at Delirium. And so it was interesting. And she was like trying to hide from me the first time I saw her there because she was like kind of ashamed. But yeah, I mean, that's really what I've been dealing with, is just like the chicks that I had, build up some sort of connection with the last time I was here. Now it's difficult to reach some of those chicks because it is like I said, dude's been tricking crazy. But I've had success here. When I first touched down, going a little bit crazy, like I was on a date, I was on a streak of like every single day, like somebody different. But now I'm just slowing down, chilling, focusing on some other things that I'm working on in the background and not really paying too much. Like I had a girl that said she wanted to go out for a date tonight, but I wanted to make sure we got a show in. So I didn't even, really take that. But it's it's not too difficult. I don't know if I'll necessarily find my future wife here, or even if I want a wife going forward in the future, but I think it's possible. And I think there's a lot of good women here. Me and Steve are out all the time meeting some really dope women here. And I think that if you're a weekend warrior and you decide like you want to do that, you're just gonna have to come down more often. You're gonna have to accept that shit, she may not just be faithful to you if you're dating her from the United States. For me, like I wasn't doing that. Like once I'm here, we could date. I'm not sending money outside of that. I'm not doing nothing crazy. I'm not doing the most. A lot of these guys are doing like crazy stuff. And like I said, I've been on the other side. I literally like I said, one of my main chicks, like she's flying to France however many times, has a UK dude as well. Like they just go and take from all those dudes, but then I'm kicking with her for the free ski and she really likes me and all of that stuff. So um that's kind of been my experience as far as dating overseas. I have a video of one of the girls.
I'm gonna play it.
Yeah, this was. I don't know if I can, because it's on our cloud. Let me see. Yeah, I'll just play it from the cloud. It's cool.
Okay.
I don't know if it's gonna lag or not, but you can tell me if it's lagging on yours.
You playing it
Looks
now?
like it's laggy. Yeah.
I don't see this moving. You pause it?
There we go.
It looks fun.
Yeah, it's cool now. So this was one of the girls I was dating for a
Oh, hold on,
while.
we blocking the booty. Hold on, chat.
Yeah, we got
Hold on, chat. We're gonna bring this up. Which one is it, Al? If you tell me the name of the.
it's the one with the pool table.
Is it like? Did I scroll down?
It's on the right hand side. Scroll. It's right there. Yeah. So there's that one. Yeah, there's that one.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Here I go. Okay, go ahead. My bad. You can narrate.
Yeah, so I mean, I was kicking it with her and Medi, and she was cool. She actually had a decent job, and so y'all saw her. I don't know if we were on film in Cali, but she came to the thing last year in Cali, Petronio. Let's move us over here. She ended up flying herself to Petronio in Cali, and then she came with her mom, and she was kicking it with her there. But then, like after the daytime,
Don't do that. My bad. Hold on. You can keep talking. I'll get it back there.
After like the daytime events were over, then I was kicking it with her in Cali afterwards. And then she came, I flew her to Cartagena because we had a good time in Cali too. And so the cool thing about Colombia is once you're here, you could just get cheap flights. So if you meet a dope girl in a different city, like if you want to fly her to where you're at or whatever, it's like a $20, $30 flight. So yeah, but she was cool. She was cool.
Afro-Colombiana.
Yeah, and that's not what you're really expecting to see. It's not really what you're expecting to see in Medi. So she was cool. So we were kicking it. That's at our crib or at the B&B, kicking it there. Like I said, she has a pretty decent job, so she was able to travel, and so she came to visit in Cali. Then afterwards, flew her to CTG. We kicked it here, and I got some pictures and photos from there. And then also while we were in Medi, I was on a different date with this other chick. I can play some of that video too. I got some footage too. I had to make some vlogs out of this shit because I got some decent footage. But shit.
Was this the bowling alley? Right here?
Yeah.
She was cool peoples.
Yeah, she was cool. I got some dope footage.
Mm-hmm.
I got some dope footage. This
That's
was
a
that
different
other
girl.
chick. Yeah.
Oh, my bad. I didn't even know.
Other chick that I was kicking it with. But yeah. And I was only in Medi for like 5 days, 4 or 5 days. I think I had 3 dates.
Mm-hmm.
Regular chicks.
Yep.
You know, it's a lot of people say that you can't do that. You know, I got footage. There's a lot that you can do in Medellin. There's a lot that you can do in Cartagena. I mean, you just gotta find stuff to do and go and do it.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a lot. I got a lot of dope footage to edit. Tell us about your experience with her in Cartagena. Was she appreciative? Keep it all the way wavy. She was appreciative. The thing that really, for me, I'm all about attitude. She was appreciative of it. She thanked me, all that stuff. But it was just like during certain moments, she just had like, you know, attitude problems. And so I really just stopped rocking with her. I kicked it with her, I think one more time after Cartagena when I went back to Medi. But after that, I just stopped rocking with her because she just had some attitude problems. But CJ crazy. But yeah, she was appreciative. And it's not nothing to do. Like I said, if you get a flight from Cali or from Medi to Cartagena, it's like $20-30. I'd say the whole time she stayed a weekend. Another thing I learned is too, like, that makes me weary about like flying chicks out for a few days. It's like if shit goes wrong at all anytime on the trip, like you kind of like obligated. Like I'm not gonna just kick her out. Like I'm not the type of person, she not doing nothing crazy, like I'm not gonna just kick her out. Like it's ain't fresh and fit. Like you do something that I don't like and I'm kicking you out. So like she had done something like the first day and I corrected it, and then it just kind of like messed up the mood for the first night. And I'm like, yo, like, do I still want to spend the whole weekend with her? Like, do I just buy like a flight tomorrow and just pay a little bit more money? But then after that, the whole rest of the time was cool. So yeah, she was appreciative, but she just has she's just a little bit immature. But I think she was a dope person just in general. I think she was dope in general, but she has a little bit of maturity issues and some growing up to do. But I got really no complaints. Like I hit her up right now and she's gonna answer, but she was cool. The other chick, the little light skinned chick, we went on a date in Medi. Me and Steve live streamed that date. I was mic'd up. You could hear everything I was saying. That was that other girl. And I got a few dates in with her while I was there too. And like I said, we were only there for like 5 days, and I got some dope content with both of them. So
yeah, man. So just to add a little bit more, chat, we won't be too long-winded, but I think we'll add some more things. Is, you know, dating these girls is like dating another girl, right? This girl right here, right? You gotta take them out. They got their feelings. They got their period. They're whatever. Like, it's still girls at the end of the day. Don't think just because you go overseas, everything's gonna be cool. She's still gonna be arguing. She's still gonna be jealous. Still gonna think you got other bitches, right? Which is also good. I actually think your woman should be on her toes, thinking you have other bitches, but not to the point where she's going crazy about it and, you know, all in your phone and trying to be all crazy. But we're dating, right? It's not just going to certain clubs, which we go to sometimes, but we're actually trying to talk to women here. And that kind of brings me to my next thing. Most women are going to have a preconceived notion, especially here in Cartagena, of what you're here for. And there's no way around it. I told you guys, you can go outside and they're going to be putting condoms in your face and making little sly comments about why you're here. Women will play you. Women will walk past you, bypass you, might actually think you're attractive, but not talk to you because, oh, there's no way he's here for a long time. So one of the ways around that is lying, which it's not really going to work to your favor. I guess if you can get her in the 3, 4, 5 days you're here and try to date her or try to crack, you can try to crack, but really they know if they hold out that you're going to have to leave eventually. For me, I do let a lot of women here know I live here. I'll say a place that may not be a gringo friendly place so that they know, oh shit, he do live here, or he knows about other barrios and other neighborhoods, other hoods here that most gringos wouldn't know about. Of course, you're gonna know about Centro and El Ejido, Boca Grande, blah 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 blah. But look at her booty; she was thick. Black girls be thick in every single culture chat. They're all thick. You know what I'm saying? Booty be crazy on black women, no matter what. Don't matter. Shout out to her.
I want the thick one. I want the thick one.
But yeah, so if a woman here knows that you are here for a short period of time, you're cooked, it's just easier to go out and do it how most guys do it, which is just go to one of these clubs and do what you got to do. Because Colombian women are not going to just hook up with you. That's not really the culture here. They don't really do it like that. And if you did or were able to do that, you'd have to be really, really, really good looking, know Spanish, or have some crazy ass riz. So, those are things that you just have to keep in mind. But in all, it's been successful, but it hasn't necessarily been successful to the point to find a respectable, reputable girlfriend. But I will say my dates have been pretty good overall. And I just have to get outside more and shoot my shot more. Me and Al have a pretty high success rate on getting numbers and even landing dates. But again, these girls, are working, and I'm not talking about working the calles, working the streets. I'm talking about, and that's, I guess, my final point is that a lot of women here work very hard. They work 6 or 7 days a week because they have to make ends meet. A lot of the women here have kids. Okay, you'll go out and you'll meet a woman who you think, oh, she bad. Blah, blah, blah. If you think she bad, a Colombian nigga thought she was bad when she was fucking 17, 18 years old, right? She already got 2 kids. If you think she bad, there may be another gringo that already done cracked her or already done been on her that she already been through. I've dated girls here in Colombia thinking, no way no gringo done talk to her, like shit, she don't even speak English, like motherfucker, what? Like, and then come to find out she done talked to a gringo already, or a few, like Al said, been flown out, whatever, or it happens a lot in Brazil, but even here, same thing.
Once they get flown out, it's game over.
It's wrapped. It's cooked. Because once a woman climbs up the ladder, she cannot then climb back down the ladder. This is why we don't want women with a lot of experience, because once she gets all that experience, she never will appreciate what a man does for her. And she'll think she's above a lot of men's levels that she isn't. I'll give y'all a quick story and I'll land my plane on this. I was talking to a girl here, a couple girls here. I'll give kind of 2 stories in one, but one of which worked 6 days a week. Okay. And it was difficult to talk to her because she's working all the fucking time, right? These girls work so hard, they go home and go to sleep, wake up and work another 10, 12-hour shift. You can't even talk to the chick because she's out trying to make ends meet, right? Which is funny because I'm gonna keep it a buck. If you kind of approached her on some, leave your job, I like you a lot, I'll pay for what, I'll pay for you, almost like a tricking, like not tricking like pro, but just like how much you make a week? Nah, you just come here, you're gonna be my girl, right? You could almost hit girls with that here a lot of times. And we've heard stories about this in other parts of Colombia. But I'm not suggesting that you guys do that, but a lot of these women, they're so locked into their job to pay their rent or whatever it is, they just don't even have time to date at all. There's this one girl I was talking to. She's literally, I would say, like a lower end, not in the looks department, but more so like she's working a job where she's selling things that don't really make her much money. And her family works, it's like a family business. And her mom, you know, kind of runs her. Like, you do this, you sell this at this store or whatever. This is what you do. I'm trying to take this girl out on a date. She's cute. Not the baddest of the baddest, but she's very cute. I'm talking to her. I'm gaming her up. Blah, blah, blah. I end up getting her to say, yeah, I'll go on a date with you. She curves, well, not even curves me, but plays me. I'm texting her. She never answered my text. So I see her again. I'm like, I'm not mad. I'm just like, oh, whatever. Like, I hit you up. Let's go out. Blah, blah, blah. So, long story short, she never hits me back. But whatever she's trying to sell, she keeps trying to get me to sell or buy. And I'm like, I'm not going to keep buying the shit from you. I'm only buying it because I'm trying to take you out. I'm just flirting. But her mom kind of caught wind. It was partly my fault, but caught wind of me trying to talk to her. And basically was like, no, you're not talking to him. Meanwhile, this is a very poor family, poor woman. She's not making a lot of money. I could change her life, right? Like, I could tell her in Spanish, like, puedo cambiar tu vida, which means I can change your life. And her mom literally cock-blocked me because I told her mom, like, yo, I'm trying to talk to your daughter. Like, I'm trying to take her out. She's playing. But this was after she already curved me like 2 times. Long story short, this girl would rather work this remedial job. She knows I live here, by the way, making 0 money. And her mom was like, basically her mom's like, I want my daughter working for me. If this gringo guy comes and takes my daughter from me, then I have one less working, you know, daughter helping me make money. She don't see the vision. She don't understand. Like, if my daughter gets a gringo by rule of just common denominators, I'm gonna be up because my daughter's gonna be up. But in her mind, oh no, you're trying to date this gringo black guy. No, I need you working for me. So now I just ignore the chick. Like, I don't talk to her no more because I saw what it was. And then I really it was more of a Hail Mary pass. She already curved me like 2 times. So I'm like, let me tell her mom, like, hey, your daughter, I'm trying to take your daughter out. She's playing games, thinking her mom's gonna like lay it up. Her mom made it even worse. So, you know, I've had situations here in Colombia, chat, where I'm trying to seriously date girls. And I've been successful. Don't get it twisted. I got a couple girls I can call now, regular girls that'll come over, I can take out. And maybe we'll do some content with them, because some of them I'm probably not really going to take it too further than just dating anyway. But so at least get some content out of it. But I'm just saying, chat, that there's a lot of different barriers. It's the you're a gringo, you're here for one thing, you want some hookahs. It's the, you know, you're here for a short time. It's the, I don't want to stop my job for you. You know, it's the, a lot of girls here got that westernized. I'm a lawyer. I'm in school. So don't think you're going to come to Colombia and it's going to be this easy, get the girl, she's poor. Like, no, like, women are emotional. Don't matter how much money she makes. If she's emotional or her mom is cock blocking or whatever it is, it don't matter how much money like you have, she'll play you, right? And even if you're coming at her with money, that's not really the right foot to start off on anyway, because now she's just using you, which if you don't care, that's fine. But at the end of the day, you're starting off on the wrong foot. So I would just tell you guys, in landing the plane, if you come to Colombia and you want to date serious, if you're really trying to be on regular girls, you have to be here long term or be coming here months at a time throughout the year. If you want to try to raise a girl, tell her you're going to be here for a while. Tell her you live here. The minute you tell any female here, 99.9% of them, that you are not from here and you are here for a few days, because they'll start questioning where you live and how long you're here. And they'll hear you say El Laguito or Boca Grande or Central and go, oh yeah, I ain't talking to him. You're going to need to just bullshit and cap. If you don't cap, you better have some good riz or be very, 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 very good looking. But chances are, if she's willing to go out with you and give it up real quick, she's done it with other gringos. You're not getting a girl that hasn't been touched before. And then just realize that there's other outside sources. I was at a restaurant in Central, big booty Latina chick, big old booty.
I love big booty Latinas.
My body type, Amazonian Wonder Woman, ass crazy. Try to talk to her, bar back or bartender nigga cock blocking. So a lot of the guys here will cock block you. If they see you trying to talk to them, you got the Google Translate out. You know what I'm saying? I tried to get her number, and I think he told her, like, he either snitched on her and got her in trouble at her job where I was getting her number because she was feeling me, or he just said something to her. So there's a lot of things, chat. Maybe we'll do a part 2 of this one of these days. But there's a lot of outside things here that you're just not gonna understand, that are gonna make it hard for you. The language barrier, everything. But overall, I do think me and Al have been successful, and I do think that it's not as easy as I would like it to be here to talk to women and really source a girlfriend or even a wife to have kids with. But, you know, and maybe like Al said, we may not find that girl here, but it's good practice. And there's a lot of really beautiful women here. I'll land the plane with that. Al, what do you think?
I mean, I kind of said what as far as like the whole dating thing, you know, I'm good on it. But yeah, it's not as easy as you think it is, and it's not just you're gonna snap your finger, move from the United States, and just all your problems are gonna be solved. Like, you gotta, like, me and Steve, we're good with women in the United States, and we're good with women over here. And it shows. Like, other content creators, they may pay somebody to be in the video, but they're awkward with them. With me and Steve, when you see us live with the girls, you see the girls really feeling us. You see me live risen shit. I was live risen with King and Don Banks on the yacht, took her out, and just all the times. I mean, it happened a million times. Like, you can see it. So, and then you don't really see much after that, because I don't really, I'm not really like the type of person to just make a bunch of content with girls and put it out there. I don't really have to. I got receipts if you need them, and my receipts are going to be better. Like, I put them neck and neck with anybody, any content creator that thinks that they could, that they get better girls. But, you know, I'm a shooter, and I'm shooting like Steph, logo Steph, out of bounds on the other side of the court. I'm making it, and, you know, I'm not just getting the number. Like, afterwards, I'm actually making movement and building relationships with these girls, and kind of, you know, having my way wherever I go. So, yeah, I mean, I'm just, like I said, I'm more private. I don't really like putting stuff out, and I don't want to make the date awkward by trying to record it for people. And there's all these people trolling, and, you know, all this stuff. If the support's there, you're gonna get more content from me and Steve, and that goes with everything. Like, y'all support the fundies, y'all like the videos, y'all share, y'all in the comments, y'all talking, then you're gonna get more from us. But if the stuff dwindles down, then it's like, all right, well, why am I gonna spend 50 hours editing a vlog in Medellin to show people me dating someone that I don't really even need to, that, you know, I'm risking messing up that relationship, somebody finding that person and calling them, or whatever, you know, risks it is. What's the point if the support's not there? So that's kind of my thoughts on everything. But yeah, I mean, y'all have seen it time after time. Me and Steve went in the States, been on dates in Miami. When I was in Atlanta, like, it wasn't even fair. Like, it was just,
yeah,
Atlanta was just like that. That's probably like one of my favorite all-time cities, probably my all-time favorite city. There's not a city in the world like Atlanta, and it's just dope. You know, that's going to translate. When you're good with girls in the States, it's going to translate to overseas. If you're not good and you have areas to pick up on, you're not going to just come overseas and the girls are going to be feeling you. Like, you got to know what you're doing, how to flirt, how to show them a good time. Like, and then I treat them well. Like I said, it's not, I don't have to lead with my wallet to treat a girl well and have a good experience with her. I look at content creators like Flyboy. Flyboy always, when he's taking a girl out, treats her well, has a good experience, has a good time. He tries different things on dates. Shout out to him for actually putting it on camera. For me, that's just not me, but you know, he's showing us his way of doing things, and he's very successful at doing it. So shout out to him, you know. But yeah, you know, it's coming overseas, snapping your finger, thinking that you're gonna just everything's gonna be perfect and you're going to be able to find your wife whenever you can't commit to being over here long term and give her what she needs. That's just like, you're not gonna get it. It's just not gonna work.
Yeah. And Chad, I've told a lot of Colombian men here, the ones that go around and troll you for coming here for a couple days to be on the girls, to stop trolling. Obviously, some of them aren't going to listen. They don't particularly care. They find it to be funny to passively, aggressively insult men, black, white, Latino, whatever race you are, you know, by saying, oh, you want this, you want drinks, you want tours, you want ladies, you want condoms. And it's like, why? I always say to the guys, why do you do that? What's your point of doing that? If you went somewhere for 3 or 4 days, you wouldn't be able to get a girlfriend either. Men are coming over. I'm gonna be honest. If it were easier to stay here and men could get here and live here, they would get girlfriends. You know, maybe they fuck with some hus sometimes, but like there are men that actually come over here that don't necessarily want to always be on the ladies of the night. They really want to be on regular chicks. They would prefer to have a girlfriend. They prefer to have multiple girlfriends, but at least not necessarily dealing with women who are just going, hey, give me money. So I think that dating is difficult no matter where you are. The attitudes are different here and they're better, but you're still going to go through a lot of the same things you go through in the United States, especially here in Colombia. And I'm hoping I can find a girl here that I can actually be cool with and take serious. But no matter where you are going to need to source these girls, vet these girls, and make sure that they don't have a crazy past. No matter what it is or where they are. They start early here. The girls may have babies when they're 14, 15, 16 years old here. And that's common. So if you get a girl here at 24, 25, and she don't got no kids or never been married or whatever, that's actually more of a red flag than you think it is, because a lot of them here start early. So that's another thing you got to be weary of. But again, our rules don't transpire to their rules. They can date at a different age than we can date, you know, and the younger age, whatever, is different here. But, you know, I do enjoy Cartagena. I do enjoy the vibes, the ladies. And, you know, I'm super excited that we're here. And I'm going to continue to holler at any girl that I find to be bad. You know, I've been doing a good job here, chat, since we've been here. Of if I see a chick that's like bad, I probably like 95% of the time I'm talking to her. And the only way I'm not is if I just don't feel like walking down the street or crossing the street or doing something so extra to get her number. But I've done a pretty good job of, if I see a chick and I think she's beautiful, I go for it. The other day I saw a big booty Afro-Colombian chick walk by. She had like a pizza in her hand, but I was already trying to get another girl's number. So I didn't stop. I kind of like walked outside and I was like, damn, but I want to get this other girl's number. What sucks is I didn't get either of their numbers because the one girl didn't give me her number. And the one that walked past, she disappeared. So just remember, every woman that you see that's a beautiful woman, especially even in these countries like Brazil, Colombia, wherever it is, you may only get one shot. No pun intended to the Eminem song, but do not miss your chance to blow. No Diddy. But it's literally like, this is your chance to get her. If you don't get her, you might not ever see her again. So I've really hollered at chicks here that are like dime pieces damn near, because I'm like, shit, I don't care if she curves me. There's always going to be another baddie that walks by, number one. And then number two, I might not never see her again. So I might as well shoot my shot. I got to get better at flirting in Spanish. I think it's called coquear, coqueando, which means to flirt or flirting. In Spanish, coqueando is flirting, and I definitely need to learn that. I'm good at it, but I need to learn certain phrases, get like 5, 3 to 5 things I say to girls to make them laugh, and then move from there. So I'm gonna get it. Let's read a couple comments, guys, and then we'll wind down here. Gates Too Wavy says, so you really got no choice but to get leftovers. No, not necessarily, bro. But if you're here for 3 or 4 days, it's not gonna be easy. And some of y'all just come down here once or twice a year. So yeah, you might be subject to quote unquote leftovers, but it's just not easy, man. The girls aren't gonna talk to you if they know you're here for a few days. So you can only deal with what you can get. And it's not because you can't get other shit. It's just that the women aren't gonna give you a chance. Cornell, shout out to Cornell, says, I'm 42 years old and I've never been married. I don't give a damn about getting married here in the US or out of the country. That's one stance. I don't necessarily want to get married, Cornell, but I do want to find a respectable woman. I do want to start a family. I think that that's important, but marriage is cooked in most cases. So I get it. Someone said, sound like y'all need to go to Kenya. We definitely will go to Kenya at some point. Again, that's not going to be the end all be all, meaning women there are going to be on program either.
Yeah, but everybody thinks Kenya because, they speak English, and, some people recently, especially Keith and them, had success there. But, we definitely want to eventually go to Kenya. Czech sold me on Kenya, Czech and one of my other friends. So definitely be there. But he sold me on that like earlier in the year, and I was like, I think you got me sold. Then my one friend that he sent me all these videos of just like all the stuff they do there and just how dope it is being there. He's like, bro, like just imagine you being on a rooftop and then you see like some safari shit in the background. I was like, yeah, that do sound dope.
Yeah.
So he was telling me about Kenya and all that stuff, and then Czech was, and
shout out to Czech.
Check in effect. Yeah, checkmate. Yeah, checkmate.
I don't know. Got a busy rest of the year. I won't rule out Kenya this year, but I don't know. I do want to go though. It is on the list, but got some other places we got to hit as well. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. You got anything else, Al?
Not really. I was gonna play some more videos, but it's all good.
Yeah, and chat. So we're gonna wind down here, I think, unless you maybe save them for the next show, Al.
Yeah, we'll save it.
Okay.
Keep them in the tuck. I don't have to play them.
Yeah, chat. We got more videos in the tuck, but we'll play them on the next show. We're already 2 hours in, and we're gonna probably do some things here in a little bit anyways. So we hope you guys enjoyed the show. I hope you guys actually learned something from this. We're giving you guys this information from the inside looking out, right? We're actually here in Cartagena. We're here in Colombia. We're giving y'all game and telling y'all what our experiences are. And again, I speak enough Spanish to be able to go out on a full date with some of these girls so I can really tell you, hey, this is what it is. But I'm a no-nonsense guy, chat. If a girl plays, like even some of these girls that are working girls, regular girls, whatever, I tell them, hey, this is the last time I'm hitting you up. I had this real big booty Afro Latina like last week or 2 weeks ago. Big old booty. It was during the day. I don't know if she was a working chick. I don't think she was. She might have been. Maybe she was one of these little massage girls that be semi-pro, and who knows. But I had told her, like, I'm not texting you again. I really don't like texting you 3 times. I was like, this is the last text I'm gonna text you. Like, and I don't know, I have an attitude, but it's just more like she was responding, and then she responded. I'm like, who are you? Like, I'm looking at some of these girls. I'm like you gotta have an attitude too with women, chat, in the United States. Like I said, any country, Asia, Europe, whatever. Like, I'm the prize, so I'm not gonna keep asking you to do something. I've already hit you up 2 times. So I told Shorty, I said, yo, I really don't like texting 3 times, but what's up? What's going on? What's good with you? Let's chill, whatever. I was just trying to like, what's up? You gave me your number. So that's another thing what girls do in the United States and here, they'll give you your number, their number, excuse me, with no intent. And it's just like, why did you give me your number? Don't waste my, I hate when women waste my time. Like today, I was supposed to do a live. Shorty wasting my time. So it's like, I just let females know, like off rip, like I'm not here to play games, not gonna waste my time. I'm the prize, right? Like it is what it is. Like if you don't want to talk to me, that's cool. I don't care. I don't need to talk to you. There's another bad Latina is gonna walk right by. So you got something?
Show enough was telling you should hire a Colombian native to teach you flirting.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna hire a Colombian native to teach me flirting. That's a good idea for maybe other people, sure enough. But for me, I've been successful at flirting. I'm just talking about like pickup lines or just making a woman laugh. It's really something that I can develop myself.
I think that a Colombian native should hire me to teach them flirting.
Yeah.
For me personally, like I made a video on the Patreon. This is probably my favorite video, how to date without knowing a lick of the language. And I show y'all me on a date with a dime piece, and we're having a great time, and you can see that she's really into me and all of that stuff. And you know, it was a crazy successful date. And I show y'all how I met her. I show y'all all the things from the very beginning. And you know, it is a dope video. So for me, I don't even have to know the language. Like I'm still not fluent in Spanish. I'm still not fluent in Portuguese, but I am taking these girls out and having a great time, even though I can't speak the language. But yeah, I think that, you know, in Kenya too, a lot of people are like, you know, they speak English. You know, that is something different that I'm looking forward to, you know, being overseas where people do speak English. But either way, I'm gonna make it work.
Absolutely. Kenya is on the bucket list, chat. We're definitely going to go there. I would say, if not this year, definitely next year. We're going to go back to Asia as well. But right now, we're, you know, enjoying our South American tour that we're on. We're enjoying Cartagena, and we'll keep y'all posted. But, you know, I hope you guys enjoyed this. So I hope you guys learned something. We're actually giving y'all real good information. You can take it or leave it. We try to, again, make these shows educational. Yes, we joke, we have fun, we have sound bites, like I said, but there are certain shows that are more serious. And, you know, we try to give y'all quality content more so than just going live to go live and talk about absolutely nothing. So,
sure enough, he wasn't shooting your idea down. It was just like more so that's not his style. You know, he's not going to do it. But he did say that, you know, other people that may be helpful for them.
Yeah.
For me, I think that, you know, like I said, I think that they should book the consultation with me, and I'll teach them how to flirt.
You should have booked a consultation. You ain't had a game.
I'll teach them how to pick up their
Nah, I mean the Colombian guys, like the way they flirt.
He said, y'all know damn well that's not what I meant by it, but a Colombian native could teach you the basics of what the women vibe to, and y'all could take it from there.
Yeah, no, to some extent.
We know what you meant.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And like I said, it wasn't a bad suggestion.
Well, what I'll say to you, show enough, is I've been successful at thinking of my own pickup lines. What I was saying, show enough, is I need to learn how to say them in Spanish. Right? For example, you can go up to a Spanish-speaking person, a Spanish-speaking lady, and say, "Se te cayó algo," which means you've dropped something. And then you say, "My heart," right? You bring up, you either have it on your phone and it says "my heart." Most women are gonna laugh at that. Se te algo. So if y'all saw the IRL a few days ago, there was a bad bitch walking around outside. I was IRLing, and big booty Latina comes by, and I'm like, "Permiso," which means "excuse me." And she just looked at me and kept walking. If I'd have said, "Permiso, se te cayó algo," she'd have been like, "What did I drop?" And then I pull up my phone and say, "My heart." She might have smiled and laughed. I had no pickup line, and I knew that pickup line. I didn't even use it because I was too busy, like I was too flustered talking to y'all, whatever. But I should have pulled up a little heart or something on my phone, hit her with the "you dropped something, you dropped my heart." And if she'd have liked it, "What's your name?" Right? "Cómo te llama?" "Dónde vas?" "Where you going?" Can I walk with you? Puedo caminar contigo? Can I walk with you? Or para dónde vamos? Which means where are we going? Where are me and you going? There's a my bad. I just hit out. Nigga, there was literally, I swear to God, the nigga was trying to bite you right there.
I think that,
No,
person that was saying that stuff about how you don't like me.
Nah.
I think that's coming to light.
Chat, there's a fucking mosquito and he tried to get you.
I think that Steve don't like me, don't rock with me.
The nigga almost got you.
Yeah.
But yeah, Chad, I don't like him. But yeah, so anyways, what I'm trying to explain to you, show enough, is that I got game and I know what to say. And even the Sete Callao algo, meaning you drop something to a woman, isn't even my original line. That's something I saw maybe on even a Latino channel, but you just got to learn. I said a good 5 of them pickup lines. You can even type in Latino, Spanish pickup lines for women, and you'll get some good ones. And the thing is, you can be a little more corny here. The women aren't sitting there going like, "Oh my God, so corny," like the women in the States that are just trying to like dub you. So that's a good thing. But anyways, chat. We'll wind down, as I mentioned. Maybe we'll do a part 2 of this. If you guys enjoy the show, hit the like button. Again, guys, we are doing a fundy. We did not get that many donations this show's chat, so we're gonna have to make up for it on the next show. Cash App is the best chat, as well as PayPal. We need to count those moving forward because we need to get the money like within the next week. So support the show, support the movement, support the fundy. We'll be going back live again soon. Maybe tomorrow we'll do something. But we are going to be doing a lot more IRLs. You can support through the IRLs as well. I think we got a couple Cash Apps on the last IRL or two, so we do need to add those in. So I'll look at those, and we may be a little less than what we are now. But either way, chat, we appreciate y'all, man. Al, you got anything else?
Yeah, don't kiss the hoes in the mouth, and that's pretty much it for me.
Yeah. All right, chat. We appreciate y'all. Till next time, guys. Adios.
Adios! Adios! Adios!